Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I just realized I look very zoomed in. I don't know why. But yeah, happy Monday. Welcome to this Monday edition of Tuesday Booze Day. Of course, moved it up a day with tomorrow being election night. I figured most of us, including myself, probably just won't be in the mood to hang around on a Facebook Live at 8 p.m. So here we are tonight. So cheers. As always, I like to just kick off. Share with me what you're drinking, where you're watching from. I am sipping the last remains of a bottle of Boom Boo rum. Hi Lulu, hi Marilyn, hi Natasha. So yeah, been trying to knock out all these bottles of rum in my freezer, and that is two down this weekend. Been lots of drinking this weekend. Party time. Hi Dad, hi Shannon, welcome. Look at everyone using that hashtag live already, ready to go. Thank you. So that is a reminder. Use the hashtag live if you're watching right now, or hashtag replay if you're watching this at a later date. And of course, all your comments, both in this video and in the group, will count towards your monthly total for our monthly contest, which I will be announcing the October winners here later. So stay tuned for that. Hi Lori, hi Carolyn, hi Bernadette. Welcome everybody. I see, yeah, water, drinking tomorrow night. Yes, so, as will I. Bernadette, water. Stan is drinking with me. Well, cheers to Stan. Um, yeah, I don't know. Partied Saturday. Hi, Tim. So I guess that's a good segue into the weekend. So for us, let's see. I took a half day Friday. Natasha's company did a virtual chopped competition. If you're familiar with the cooking show competition Chopped, we're huge fans. So I was all about that when they said your spouses can join as the assistants. So we got to dress up and cook in front of her team. It was really fun. We made a herbed Tuscan chicken with pasta, and it was good enough for second place. We ended up losing to a pretty much a chef. It seemed like by the looks of their kitchen. Corona. I look high. I am not high. I can vouch for that right now. I'm a little tired. I don't know. I know a lot of you guys get an extra hour of sleep, but when you have kids, you actually lose an hour of sleep because you stay up later and then they still wake up at the same time. So yeah, I might just be a little tired today, and tomorrow's tomorrow. I think we're all just a little on edge. I was actually at the grocery store this evening, and it was a circus. Kind of felt like the end of the world again, like back in March. So, cheers to that as well, I suppose. But yeah, otherwise, back to the weekend. We did that chopped competition, had a great time. Um, don't think we did too much Friday night. Saturday was Halloween, obviously. So it was I don't know, busy day. There was lots of cookie decorating, lots of preparing for a party that night. We took the kids to Natasha's aunt's house. They had a whole indoor trick or treating set up. It was surprisingly a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean they really made it great, and the kids loved it. They're still talking about it. Yeah, I don't know. It was something. It was different, a change of pace from usual Halloweens, and I don't know. It seems like everyone kind of enjoyed it that way. So yeah, that was Halloween, and then let's see, we got back home pretty late that night, and then Sunday was just kind of a relaxing day. I cleaned. Sometimes I enjoy cleaning so I can listen to my audiobooks. So that's what I was doing. But I would love to hear what you guys did this weekend, especially obviously, more opportunity than typical weekends to do something for fun. So definitely drop that in the comments. Let me know what you did. Carolyn got 15 trick-or-treaters. That's nice. Yeah, I didn't see too many walking around the neighborhood we were in. I don't know. I suppose every neighborhood's just a little different with how they're viewing and handling things. Ah, so yeah, busy weekend. Looking forward to a more relaxing weekend coming up. Looks like nothing on the calendar that I can see. Try to keep it that way. Get some last minute yard work in before it gets too cold here. So yeah, let's see. Lulu went to your parents' farm with the dogs and came home and watched scary movies and ate candy. Yes, that sounds nice. I guess I will lead that into my little pop culture check in. Speaking of watching, I finally watched this movie called Hush on Netflix, or I should say, I've started watching it. I plan on finishing it tonight. Good little horror movie. Kind of reminds me of the movie Panic Room. Sort of like that outside stalker trying to get inside the house sort of situation. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I hope I can last the night to finish it. I have about half an hour left. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. Not really reading anything. I'm just writing for NaNoWriMo, which I'll talk more about here in a bit. Um, yeah, listening to audiobooks, listening to The Innocent Man. But if you guys have any recommendations on audiobooks, I'll just say right now it's kind of what I have time for. Please do drop that in the comments. I have a few credits piled up and I plan on knocking them out. Shannon, Scary Movie Marathon. Love it. I did squeeze in a viewing of Halloween. I forget which night. All the days blur right now. So yeah, that was fun. Always enjoy visiting Michael Myers. The fires in Colorado, they are, from what we saw last night on the news, they're pretty much under control, it sounds like, but they did their damage. Lots of towns have been wiped out, but fortunately, the snow last weekend helped knock out a lot of it. And they said it was still smoldering, which I think means they just kind of have to go through and kind of put out those final flames, but it's definitely a lot more under control than it was. Who is in Hush? I don't know. There's no big name actors, at least that I recognized. That's kind of the norm with horror movies. I feel they never get big name people for the most part. So yeah, I couldn't tell you who's in it, but the acting's definitely good. And if you like anything scary, I would recommend checking that out. It's been on Netflix for a while. All right, so shifting gears, kind of what's going on in my writing world. As I mentioned, it is the start of NaNoWriMo. That's National Novel Writing Month. It's every November. It's a challenge to write 50,000 words, which is roughly the equivalent of a novel for most genres. So yeah, that is what I am currently undertaking. I started yesterday. My goal is to try to write 2,000 words a day until I hit that 50,000. So right now I am splitting my time between writing Time of Fate, which is going to be the sixth and final book of the Wealth of Time series, and then still chipping away at Followed Away, which is the final book of the Exiles Attacks. So working on two finales at once. Definitely bittersweet. Followed Away being the close to the series from my very first book, and then of course Time of Fate, the end of my favorite series I've written. So definitely interesting. When I started it yesterday, I told Natasha I had butterflies starting writing that book. I don't know. It's just a weird feeling to know it's the last time I'll be starting a Wealth of Time book. But it's done. I'm in chapter 2 already, so we are on our way. Those sound like amazing titles, Natasha says. She's taking her credit on naming them. I always come up with some half-assed ideas, and she polishes them off for me, and that's what I usually go with. So yes, Time of Fate was pretty much all Natasha there. Thank you. So yeah, aside from that though, my editor has 0 Hour, Wealth of Time 5. So she's kind of just dealing with that while I write this month, and then December will come back to reality and get things on the calendar for a release. And then the Snowball audiobook has been approved by me. So that is just going through the upload process. Hoping to have it within the next couple weeks. But we'll see what Audible says. Sometimes they take 45 days, sometimes it's 2 weeks, so I will let you know when it's on sale. It will definitely be on sale in time for Christmas, though, which is what I wanted. So Snowball coming soon, and we should be hearing back this week on the doll we're having made of Snowball. I think they're supposed to send us like a picture of a sample so we can critique it and request any changes we want. So possibly next week. I don't know if in time for our video, but hopefully next week we'll have the actual doll here in the house so I can start terrorizing Natasha by moving him around. So yeah, stay tuned for that as well. All right, so that's pretty much my current work slate, I guess you could say. So before I jump into our discussion, which is the Keeper of Time, I do want to congratulate our October winners. So second and third place is going to Rhiann Fletcher and Allison Leonard Nard. Congratulations, you two, on second and third. You have won a free ebook or audiobook of mine. Be sure to reach out, let me know what you'd like, and I can definitely get that sent over for you. And then first place, Lulu, congratulations. That's another $5 going to your tally with me. So yeah, I know we chatted the other day about when I can actually pay that out, and we agreed on December. So there's one more on the tab for you. So congratulations to all three winners. Thank you for making the group fun, keeping it active, and to everyone else, keep dropping those comments and get in on those prizes. All right, so rounding the corner here, our topic of the month is going to be Keeper of Time. Of course, that just came out in September. So I'll be following that usual flow I do with a sort of a different segment of the book each week. So this being week one is going to just be the more general overview. So Keeper of Time, it just came out September 15th. It is the fourth book of the Wealth of Time series, my 10th book overall, which was definitely a great milestone. You definitely, thinking back to when I started, you don't think about book 10. You just try to get through book one and, two, and just one at a time, basically. So, hitting 10, nice big round number, was definitely, a reflective time. I know I talked a lot about that on release day. But yeah, so I guess Keeper of Time will always have a special place in my heart just because of being that double-digit book, and it's in my favorite series. So definitely lots to love there. As far as the title, pretty self-explanatory if you've read the series or are familiar with it. Chris Spidell, our villain, is the Keeper of Time. That is his role. He is sort of the master of time and has all the powers that comes with that. So this book, as you can imagine, is really a big deep dive into his life, both going back to before his days in time travel, all the way through his rise as the Keeper of Time. So I was inspired by this type of story. I don't know if any of you have read the Dark Tower series from Stephen King. That's a 7-book series, but he actually wrote a book. They call it like book 4.5 in the series. It's kind of a random throwback, sort of a prequel in the middle of the series. What's it called? Wind Through the Keyhole. So I like that sort of concept of saying, hey, we're in this established series. Let's just take a moment to go back. So I didn't quite do an entire book dedicated to Chris's past. But if you've read Keeper of Time already, you'll know it's broken into 3 parts. Part 1 is really focused on continuing the series. Part 2 is that flashback. And then part 3 is kind of pulling that all back together and leading the book, or the series rather, towards book 5. You haven't read any Stephen King yet. That is nuts. I definitely can recommend all kinds for you there. Yeah, he's my man crush, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was sort of the inspiration for Keeper of Time. What's behind it? So like I mentioned, it's very much a deep dive. It was a lot of fun because as I've mentioned before, Chris Spidell, he is my favorite character to write. He's chaotic, he's crazy. So it was fun playing with him, kind of throughout the ages, you could say. So yeah, and then aside from him and his main storyline in the book, as far as what's going on with Martin, our main protagonist, he is just sort of on the run. His life's in shambles. He's hiding on an island, just trying to run from Chris and survive, really is what it comes down to. By the end of the book, he's getting sucked back into life with the Roadrunners, and they want him to run for commander and lead them. So that's kind of how the book ends and sets up for book 5, where there's the election and we learn everything that happens from those results. So hopefully you guys will be reading that in January, assuming we stay on schedule with everything there. So yeah, that is Keeper of Time. Like I mentioned, today is really just a big overview for that book. Next week will be a deep dive into the characters and sort of what they're up to. So yeah, Marilyn, you've read all of Stephen King's books since high school. That's very cool. I wish I could say that. I haven't even read all of his books yet. I think I'm like 50 out of 70, so I still have a good ways to go. He has so many. And he just keeps putting out like two every year as well, so it's hard to keep up, especially how slow I read. But yeah, I've read him enough to be familiar with his style and know which books to recommend, which ones to not recommend. So yeah, Shannon just got your first Stephen King book. Interesting. Curious to see which one that is you picked up. We went to the thrift store the other day for my costume, and I've been trying to find the original copies of The Green Mile. I don't know if you guys recall, but they came out as a serial series. It was like six little booklets like this big, six parts, and that's how they were released. So I've been collecting those. I now have 2 through 6, so I just need part one. So if you guys ever find part one anywhere of The Green Mile, um, buy it and send it to me, and I will pay you back. Because yeah, it's obviously not a book that's still in circulation. So you have to find it in a used bookstore and hope it's there. Ah, well, yeah, that is gonna just about wrap it up, though. If you guys have any other questions or comments, definitely drop that here. I'll respond to you as soon as this video ends as well. But yeah, I will close out here on this note and wish you guys a good rest of your week. Hope everyone stays safe and healthy and safe, depending on whatever happens tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. I know we're trying to kind of just stay home, not go out. I'm sure to be lots of crazies out there. So yeah, I will wrap up on that note. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday night. Cheers from me to you, and I will be back next Tuesday. So yeah, we'll be back on our regular schedule Tuesday the 10th. All right, guys. Well, good night. Cheers again, and have a happy Monday.